We're back. It's Rimworld. Well, tragically, the first Mcduff finds his friends is lost. I don't like the naked brutality start, so I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to go back to Lost Tribe, and we're going to random it all again. I like the way I'm doing the friends. It makes it easier for me to talk about each pawn, and it also makes me like try to keep them alive a little bit better. So I'm gonna keep doing that. We could play against Cassandra. I like never do that, but yeah, let's do it. Let's give it a shot. And yeah, we're gonna do all random 500% again. We'll type in a seed. Mcduff Tribal. That's a strong name for a seed. Put some pollution up the landmarks a little bit, because landmarks are cool. I've been having a lot of fun just looking at different maps and making little tribal starts on different maps. I'm going to try not to re-roll anything. Random site, as always. We're at a temperate forest year-round growing. That's pretty good for a tribal start. Pretty lucky. Pretty lucker dogs. Let's do a fluid, random, ideological, loyalist. Let's see what loyalist is. I think it doesn't do a whole lot. It's kind of like playing on normal. Just like before they put ideology in, like your pawns kind of believe normal stuff. Ooh, we have a chain shotgun. That's cool. We venerate timber wolves. I like that too. We can get some John Timberwolf going on. And we got people. So I'm gonna pick the best 5 out of these 8. That guy's pretty bad. That guy's good. Is okay. Is not great. Good. So these are like, these 2 are best. And then that guy's good. He's in. This guy is too old. Terrible. So yeah, and as I'm kind of going through this, I'm just picking them based on their traits. I don't love Undergrounder. These people usually end up like pretty sad in my experience, because they'll be out building things a lot, especially in the early games, so that can be kind of annoying. But Undergrounder isn't like bad. They just like to be under roofs. And yeah, so these are colonists. I think I already talked about the names, so I'm not going to repeat myself. I think I'm going to change the short identifier. I'm not entirely sure which way the best way to do this is. But I've got my people picked out. We got Jimmy. We got Lady. And we've got Alex. Also, the name pool has been reset, so might see similar names. I know Lady was in the space episode. I think she got killed though, so she's back. Anyway, let's play some Rimworld. So, the first thing I want to decide is if I want to stay here or not. Because as tribal, we can immediately leave the map. One of the reasons I like to do that is it gets rid of the corpse. It also lets us do a quick camp to get some more stuff. And yeah, this anima tree is in like a gross spot. Also, this is like the generic map I've been playing on for a decade, so I want to go find something that's more interesting. So, we're going to go caravan somewhere else. But before we do... Oh, we've got a little parrot. That's cool. We're going to try to keep our parrot. bonded to reed. And we're going to stockpile all this stuff and then get out of here. So I think where we're going is right next door. Right next door to this lake with an island. That seems better. What else is around us? A sinkhole? That's interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing a sinkhole. I don't think I've played on a sinkhole yet. Why don't we go do that? I have seen a lake with an island. I mean it's a cool map, but I want to try the sinkhole, so we're gonna go to the sinkhole. Why doesn't it show anybody? What did I do? Oh, I already have them caravanning. Yes, of course. I don't know why they didn't take 10 medicine, but take that. Don't go that way, go this way. And on our way, we're gonna give gear to people. I don't really care who wears what, so I'm just gonna... I'll switch it around later, but it's a fast way to get everybody to equip something. And we're gonna camp before we actually go into the sinkhole, just to get a little bit more resources for starting out our base. It's kind of a nice way with a tribal start. We can just get more food. And we'll abandon that. Camp. Caves, but nothing scary in those caves. It's good to see. Who are my hunters? Reed is a hunter. He has a bow. Great job, Reed. We'll do a hunt. We'll do a chop. And where we got berries, berries. Okay. Get some berries. And chop down a few trees. Alright, looks good. We're gonna make a butcher table. Guess I didn't bring any wood at all. It was maybe a mistake, but I can start kind of just setting up all my normal things that I set up. The other nice thing, so I just kind of get a little bit of starting stuff going on. You can never stay camping for too long, but the other nice thing about this I find is it gives all of your people that can use a ranged weapon, it gives them just a little bit of experience before actually settling into a map. So it's not like the biggest deal, but they spend a couple days just out here shooting stuff, which can be beneficial. Do a campfire and a quick box around it so that we don't get food poisoning. Kind of think it's stupid that also, I'm pretty sure it applies to campfires, that they have to be enclosed. Otherwise you get like a 40% chance for any food you cook there to give you food poisoning, which makes it like you might as well not cook the food. I don't know about you guys, but when I have a campfire, I usually don't build a campfire in my house. I usually build it outside. And when I cook on the campfire, I also find that I do not, in fact, get food poisoning 40% of the time. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. So, I think that's stupid. Alright, let's take a bite of... Gonna go swimming in a little puddle there, Reed. And take a little dip in the cave. Little cave dip. It's gotta feel nice. Nice and gross. Alright, well, that's cool. Well, Sergi's taking a flight. So I wanted to, before I move on, I just wanted to show like what this did, like why this was beneficial. So Alex gained a shooting level, Reed and Jimmy, I don't know if they gained anything, but they at least got some experience. Yeah, like Reed's almost level 4, so like they're going to be better at stuff. Cooking has improved. Both Laura and Lady have gotten better at cooking. We have about the same resources, and we have a few starting, like I can just plop these down instead of building them, especially the extra leather. I would actually like to butcher as much of this as I can, just to take as much leather as I can with me, and then we are heading out, because we are not going to fight the raid. Oh. Well, that was unfortunate timing. There. Alright, well. Sergio was a good macaw. He had a long and prosperous life. That's how it goes. Sometimes you're trying to caravan and you can't figure out why the game's not letting you caravan, and it's because your prized parrot is getting hunted. We also get an extra, 16 medicine that we start with. So, like, I think just doing a quick camp before actually settling down is a very beneficial thing to do. I see no downside. Camping in general in this game has made tribal a whole lot more fun to start with, I would say. So we are heading out to our forever home of whatever this is. So we will see what this is. What was it? It was called a sinkhole. Yeah, sinkhole, right? Why is this a sinkhole? The name, friends, find Mcduff. So I decided on the name of the series specifically because I forgot to make a Mcduff character. I just named all my friends. So we'll see if Mcduff ever shows up. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. We'll find out together. But we have some insects. That's okay. I don't hate having insects on the map. It does make it a little bit harder, and an early infestation can be incredibly deadly. But I do need to start giving them something to do. And we need to figure out where we want to settle. That tree is looking real prime. So right next to a whole bunch of fertile land, I think we've figured it out. We are going to start building stuff. Guess I didn't take any wood with me. Every good base starts the box. So I was looking at why this was a sinkhole because I was confused. It's a chasm. I don't know where I saw sinkhole. Because that definitely doesn't say sinkhole unless I was like looking at the wrong thing. Because sure doesn't say sinkhole anywhere. Yeah, I don't know. Well, whatever. I've never been in a chasm either, so that's cool. I like this map. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a fun little challenge at the beginning here to keep these bugs from killing us. The only thing that sucks about a cave map is like an infestation is already unlocked. Like there's not really anything I can do to prevent underground being mined out because or like deep cave or deep what do you call it? Overhead mountain. That's what I'm trying to say. So this dark green area, that means a infestation can spawn in that. So there's not really a way to prevent that. I'm going to hope that we don't get an early infestation, but that might be problematic for us. We're getting a good little start on our base. And yeah, I think this is probably a pretty good stopping point for now. See you in the next one.